Hey everybody, just want to share a quick little insight from my study general conference this morning. While I was working out at the gym, I was listening to George Romney's April 1934 general conference address. George was the father of Mitt Romney, and he's the cousin of Marion G. Romney, a member of the first presidency. In 1934, he was serving as the mission president of the Northern States Mission, and he was speaking in general conference. And one of the themes of his talk was the importance of relying on a spiritual witness and not on physical evidences. He relates this story where he shares one of the smartest men he's ever known, and how this man had actually helped translate the Bible. But this man had decided that he was going to place more of his faith in the physical and the archaeological evidences. And he related to George that there was no evidence that Jericho as a city ever had its walls fall, like the Bible claimed. And he's like, yeah, there's no evidence that the Bible's claims are real. And he went on to disparage the biblical claims as well as other biblical claims. And George Romney then remarked that it was only a month later that there was a news report coming out that archaeologists had discovered that the walls of Jericho actually had fallen. And they have now had found archaeological evidence that this guy, one of the smartest men George Romney knew, was wrong. And I just can't help but think that there's so many stories like this within church history and within Christianity, where people who want to have physical evidences will say, oh, there's no proof. This is proof it's wrong. And then they're proven wrong again and again and again. One of the perfect examples of this is cement. When Joseph Smith wrote the Book of Mormon, or I should say translated the Book of Mormon, he talks about cement in it. And this was considered obvious proof of the fraud of the Book of Mormon, because there was no cement in the New World. Cement was a function and an invention of the Old World brought to the New World. And they're like, Joseph, you're an idiot. You should have known that there was no cement in the Americas. And for almost 100 years, people railed against the church and the obvious falsehoods in the Book of Mormon. That was until they discovered archaeological ruins in Central and South America that were held together by cement. And then suddenly they're like, ooh, somehow Joseph Smith guessed really good in 1830 that there was cement, even though he was literally told that this was proof it was a fraud. And I just think this is just one of the evidences that if you put your faith in archaeology, if you put your faith in the physical evidences, you will only go so far, and then eventually you will abandon Christ and his church. If you put your faith in Christ and his church, there will be things that will be hard for you. There will be times when people say there is no evidence for what you believe, but time vindicates those who follow the prophets and follow the Lord. That is an assurity. And so my invitation to you is, yes, you can have fun and find cool archaeological facts, but your testimony needs to be rooted in a testimony and a witness of the Spirit.